every day.
Yeah, gotta give us what we want. Gotta give us what we need. Hey!
I listen to KBLA and I love the commercials. I know what the commercials mean. I also, if I'm looking and trying to figure something out, I need something to talk to me that might hit me. And it happens on TV because, every time they show a sporting event, they got the pharmaceutical companies back to back to back telling people how to fix the sickness on the same stuff that they sell them. So we get it.
Yep, we get it too, Chuck D. And that's why at KBLA Talk 1580, we don't black down.
Drop it! Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be. Fight the power! Fight the power! Fight the power!
KBLA delegation, here comes your Friday night sports fix. Out of bounds in prime time. Get on your feet and make some noise for your out of bounds starting lineup. It's Ray Richardson, your LA sports authority, and Neal Scarbrough, the editor extraordinaire. They're bringing the heat with no filter and no chaser on KBLA Talk 1580. These fellas have a lot to talk about.
They're playing basketball. We love that basketball. 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 They're playing
Now rapping basketball, number one, Curtis Blow.
Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court.
KBLA Talk 1580, where we always have a lot to talk about. Broadcasting live from Leimert Park, USA, in the heart of Los Angeles. Welcome forward to a hyped-up version of Prime Time Out of Bounds here on KBLA Talk 1580.
Here we go.
With my guy, Neal Scarbrough, my hype
Sports
man. My name is Ray Richardson. Welcome, everybody, to Out of Bounds. We do this for you each and every Friday night. Your Friday night sports fix is here. 6 to 7 every Friday night Pacific time. You're welcome to join the conversation at 1-800-920-1580. And for all my YouTubers out there, we welcome you as well. If you got some comments about the show, if you got some thoughts on your mind, feel free to drop your comments in the YouTube chat, and we will deal with that. How you doing, my man? What's up?
I am doing great, man. It's All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
It seems like it snuck up on us, but it's here. It's all over Inglewood. And so we're going to get that. We got a little Super Bowl hangover because it was not a great game, but the food I had was good, and Bad Bunny was fire. But yeah, man, let's get down. We got some things to talk about. NBA.
Yeah. And keep it up with our theme of our opening song. That was Curtis Blow for all you rappers who don't know who that was back in the day. Youngsters who may not know. That was Curtis Blow doing our main opening theme tonight, and basketball is our theme tonight. We're inside NBA All-Star Weekend. It's officially underway as of today. There was a celebrity game going on at the Forum that's almost should be wrapped up by now. And Neal and I are heading over there right after we get out of here, and we're going to go check out the HBCU All-Star Game. Well, not All-Star Game, but it's part of All-Star Weekend. It's featuring Hampton University and North Carolina A&T. And, Neal, I got to do this. I got to give a big shout-out to the NBA for making this thing happen. This is the 6th time they have done an HBCU All-Star Classic, and each one gets better and better. And just to show you how much the NBA believes in what the HBCU mission is all about, they have covered all the expenses for both teams, travel expenses, hotel, in-town transportation, and not just for the players and the coaching staff, but for their support staff, their cheerleaders, and the marching bands are in town.
Of course, we need nothing like an HBCU band inside an arena.
It is off the chain.
Tuba all day long. Tuba.
And they're going to be blasting in the Forum tonight. So big props to the NBA for making this happen. This, as I mentioned, this is the 6th year they have done the HBCU Classic. And in addition to bringing them out here to L.A., each school gets a $100,000 donation just for the administration. Whatever they want to use it for, they can use it. So it is really a win-win situation for HBCU.
It's an investment. They get exposure.
Exactly.
All expenses are covered, and then they get to go home with a little check. So, you always hear about these college games where the little school plays a big school and gets a whooping for some money.
Yeah.
But this is nice because they're coming to Los Angeles. scandalous. We're not really an HBCU hub.
Yeah.
But and so I think the community's going to be out there tonight, and it's just good to see. Turn on your TV at 8 o'clock ESPN and watch some HBCU ball.
And yesterday they were downtown at LA Live, downtown LA. They had a pop-up open house celebration for the teams, for both teams. It was open to the public.
Yep.
A friend of mine called me from down there, and I could hear the bands in the background.
Yeah,
so it was on and popping down at the pop-up.
Have bands will travel. You know how that goes.
All right, what's on your mind? What's bugging you, man?
There's a lot on my mind. First, I want to say rest in peace, Chris Paul. He officially retired.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh, man.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we may get into that later when we talk about these Clippers. And dude, I'm still caught up, man, with all these Bad Bunny haters, man.
Yeah, they out here.
It's amazing. It was just a Super Bowl halftime, y'all. It's entertainment. Open up your mind. It made me think though, because the NBA has musical acts around the All-Star game. I think we got Ludacris and Shabuzi and a K-pop band, Cortis, on the slate. But what if the NBA had a halftime show and they picked Carrie Underwood, country music titan, the Bad Bunny of country, and let's say I'm going to get a little crossover, Darius Rucker,
of
Hootie and the Blowfish. So African American guy still identifies with a different kind of music, kind of like Lady Gaga on Sunday.
She got down.
Would brothers and sisters still be all up in arms if they rolled out Carrie Underwood and Darius Rucker at the NBA All-Star the way these red MAGAs are all over this? Oh my God, he didn't speak English thing.
Well, that's more of a political response for them.
Of course.
But if Carrie Underwood and the other person you mentioned played Darius Rucker, now they may have some concerns. They may not like his music, but they're not going to be calling for an investigation.
That's
ready to riot and all that stuff. Yeah.
That's my point. Like, it may not fit, and, there's nothing wrong with Carrie Underwood. I'm just saying it may not fit with people thinking they're going to hear some urban music. I don't know what people thought they should be hearing at halftime of the Super Bowl, but I want to hear music. I want to hear a bomb act. I want to see something maybe I haven't seen before, but that's me. But just that reaction is just crazy. So I'm trying to get out of my head.
I know.
But every time I go on social media, there's something coming up, whether if it ain't Whitlock, it's somebody else saying, well, that was a big mistake by the NFL.
Oh, who cares about him?
Yeah, ratings. First of all, ratings went up at halftime for the game.
They did.
And so that's all I want to say. It's on my mind.
Yeah.
I got a show. We'll put it to bed, but I had to get that off my chest.
I will say this, though, for next year's Super Bowl, which will be here in L.A., it'll be at SoFi Stadium, I would assume the NFL is going to try extra hard to get somebody that everybody likes.
I don't know if they are going to try.
But there's no way they can do that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, first of all, they did not change a gear one time in this conversation. They announced Bad Bunny. And
I'm so glad they stood firm.
Everybody was coming at them for months, and they're just like, "What? They were like, grow up, y'all.
Yeah, get over it.
It's halftime entertainment. Worry about the teams because the show's gonna be fire, whoever it is."
1-800-920-1580. That's our number. 1-800-920-1580. Or you can join us on the YouTube chat on our YouTube channel, KBLA Talk 1580. He's Neal Scarbrough. I'm Ray Richardson. When we come forward, a lot more basketball talk to get into. We're at the halfway point of the NBA season. We're at the break, and so we got some mid-season analysis to get into on a few categories, and you can jump in as well. That number again, 1-800-920-1580. This is Out of Bounds on prime time right here on KBLA Talk 1580.
And Pistol Pete. Now these players could never be beat. Isaiah and Iceman too. Just give them the ball, and then you talk up too. Bentley and Wiggins are on the scene, and Ralph Sampson is really mean. Bill Russell didn't take no jump, and Dal Dawkins got a monster dunk.
More Out of Bounds is coming up on KBLA Talk 1580. Join the conversation with Ray Richardson and Neal Scarbrough at 1-800-920-1580.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
It's tax time, y'all. If you want to file free, this next one's for you.
Now taxes is so free. Terrible tax. Free edition only. Roughly 37% of filers qualify. Simple form 1040 returns only. Now this is tax.
Love that jam. Up next, commercials.
Intuit TurboTax Free Edition. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free. No schedules except for earned income tax credit, child tax credit, student loan interest, and Schedule 1A.
What's up? What's up?
What's up? We got to laugh the pain away.
Hey, KBLA delegation, happy Black History Month. Around here, we celebrate our culture, our community, and our contributions daily. But this year, as we observe the 100th anniversary of Black History Month celebrations, we're excited about our annual KBLA Talk 1580 Black History Month Luncheon, honoring comedy greats. On Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum in downtown LA, we're toasting D.L. Hughley, Melanie Camacho, Earthquake, Neal, Dion Cole, and Martin Lawrence with a surprise guest appearance. A limited number of individual tickets for the luncheon remain, so now would be a good time to head to KBLA1580.com to secure one for yourself. That's KBLA1580.com. A little laughter goes a long way, especially in times like these. So come, join us for our annual KBLA Talk 1580 Black History Month Luncheon, Thursday, February 26th at the Grammy Museum. Again, tickets are available right now at KBLA1580.com.
Well, I hang around my boy, he been married for 6 years. Videotaped his wedding day, never watched it. Now and every day he watch it every day, but he watch it in reverse. Because he said he loves seeing himself take that ring back off of that finger. Walking back down that aisle, just waving at her ugly mother down the church. Getting back in the limo, back at the bachelor party. Look how happy I was.
KBLA Talk 1580 thanks LA City Council members Curran D. Price Jr. and Heather Hutt for being the presenting sponsors at this year's Black History Month Luncheon. Honoring excellence, resilience, and achievement, we're KBLA Talk 1580.
Ray Richardson, your LA sports authority, and Neal Scarbrough, the editor extraordinaire, are bringing the heat. It's Out of Bounds on KBLA Talk 1580. These guys have a lot to talk about.
Take a look at me. Tell me, do you like what you see?
KBLA Talk 1580, where we always have a lot to talk about. Broadcasting live from Leimert Park, USA, in the heart of Los Angeles. Welcome forward to Out of Bounds, a show that brings some flavor and some black folks flavor to the world of sports for 60 minutes. We do this for you each and every Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. prime time, Pacific time. You're welcome to join the conversation at 1-800-920-1580, 1-800-920-1580. And also, you're welcome to comment and throw your chats in the YouTube chat on our YouTube channel at KBLA Talk 1580. We just mentioned that we had there's one of the events is already concluded. In All-Star Weekend, they had the Celebrity All-Star Game at the Forum in Inglewood.
Okay.
And I just found out from our astute producer, the master over there, Brother Andy, has told us that there's a guy named Rome Flynn. Raise your hand if you heard the name Rome Flynn. This is my first time hearing him, but he's an actor on the Bold and Beautiful soap opera. Mm-hmm. Apparently, this guy can play some basketball, too, because he was named the MVP of the Celebrity All-Star Game today.
Yes, indeed. I've heard of a Rome and I heard of a Flynn, but I never heard of Rome Flynn.
Flynn.
We did look him up, and he is a good-looking brother. I will tell you that. He's a good-looking brother, and I guess he can ball, too.
All right.
He's one of them soap opera guys, so he's dashing.
Well, I assume the ladies can verify his his status and street cred and all that. But if you know about Rome Flynn, send him a congratulations. He's an MVP of the All-Star Game. At least we get a different name now, because for years Kevin Hart was always winning that award when he played in the Celebrity Game. So now we got some new names in there. Time now to get into our NBA midseason analysis. We're at the midway point of the NBA regular season with the All-Star break. A few things on our agenda to kind of analyze about how the first half of the season has gone. I want to throw this out to you, Neal. I've got to say this about as far as who would be the coach of the year right now.
Yep.
I got J.B. Bickerstaff with the Detroit Pistons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still happy for him and how he got just dissed in Cleveland 2 years ago.
Yep.
And now he's got one of the top teams in the NBA right now. Detroit Pistons are 40-13. They've got the second best record in the NBA behind OKC. But the job that he has done with Detroit has been nothing short but masterful in my mind. So right now he gets my vote for Coach of the Year.
I don't know if he's front of the line for me because he did this last year too. Like he got dissed in Cleveland, and Detroit totally rose with him last year, and working that defensive pressure that he does. And then this year, they got a couple good rookies. They can't even get him off on the court. The team, like the Knicks, had won 8 games in a row, and they got the doors blown off by the Pistons. So it just seems like he's been building. I feel like the kid in San Antonio is doing a great job. I mean, they also put a roster together for him.
Yeah, Wemby.
And Wemby, remember, finished the end of last year hurt, and then came back strong this year. And I'm giving Mike Brown a little love because the Knicks are playing a different kind of ball, under him versus Thibodeau. But obviously, Detroit just whacked them around. So you got to say JB's kind of doing a better job. But I do like what Mike Brown has brought to New York. Out west, I can't really think of anybody who's really exceeding expectations except for San Antonio.
So they would go down as your most improved team then too, right?
Who's that? San Antonio? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Those guards they got, the Harper kid, and then Castle from the year before. Immediate impact from Harper. Castle looks like an all-star, to be honest to me, or he's just a great player. And Wemby is undeniably great, right already. And they just have a nice rotation around him with De'Aaron Fox is there.
Oh, yeah.
So my point is that coach is doing a great job, and that team is very much improved, but they worked on that roster. And so they should be better than last year, but they're a lot better than everybody else in the West.
One other category I want to get into.
Almost everybody.
Early season projections on most valuable player, which has drawn some really interesting comments for people. A lot of people think Wembanyama has a chance to do that. I'm going to put a name out to you that maybe some folks may have overlooked. Jaylen Brown in Boston.
Yeah, he's carrying the team without Jason Tatum.
Without Jason Tatum, he has been outstanding, and I know he's a little motivated because he didn't get picked for the All-Star game. He should have been there. He should be out here.
Yeah, well,
he should be out here.
He missed out on something last year. Was it All-NBA third team, or there was some honor he didn't get last year also?
He was a little bit teed off because he wasn't player of the month early this year.
No, it was last year.
Oh, last
season.
All right.
I forgot what it was. End of the season. There's some. I'll look it up before we go.
Yeah.
There's somewhere where he didn't. I'm a fool some people because we'll talk about your Lakers in a second.
Yeah,
right?
We'll
talk
get
about
to
your Lakers in a second. But if they actually finish atop the Pacific and even maybe crack the first top 3 in the West, which I'm not sure they can. Luka might get some votes depending on how they finish down this stretch. He's hurt right now, but his numbers are crazy. So it's all about how the team does.
Yep. All right, speaking of the Lakers, your LA Lakers, for everybody out there, I know this is still a Lakers town, although the Clippers have had a nice turnaround.
Oh, we'll talk about them too.
Yeah, we'll get to them. But the Lakers, they are 36-13, and they are 5th in the Western Conference, which is not bad. But there's a certain player on that team that doesn't think that they're quite ready to make a run for the chip. We're going to let you hear a comment right quick from this certain person.
Somebody who would know.
Somebody who would, who we trust sometimes. But go ahead, Andy, play this clip, and we'll get into that.
You want me to compare us to them? That's a championship team right there. We're not. We can't sustain energy and effort for 48 minutes. And they can. That's why they won a championship.
That is the all-world LeBron James giving his assessment at midseason of the team he plays on, and he's telling the world that his team is not a championship contending team. If you're in that locker room, and I don't know if anybody was around on the roster who heard him say that, but you're going to hear about it later. If you hear that, what's your reaction to that? If you're a teammate and you hear something like that?
I have to tell you, if I'm a teammate, I might feel funny if I ain't handling my business. And it's like, oh, well, I wonder if he's talking about me. But but I think he said that so his team could hear it, right? It's like, you saw that, we got whooped. You like that? I hope you didn't like it. And here's what we're not. You know what I mean? So that has a little power of positivity in the locker room. But I think it raises other questions that you were asking me about earlier, which is, is LeBron like, if he doesn't see them actually contending, is he's here to stick around? Obviously, he's stuck this season. The deadline has passed, trading deadline. But is that something about his psyche? Or, frankly, in many ways, like the West is loaded. We know that, right?
Yep.
But the Lakers maybe, I know they're leading the Pacific. They maybe should be better but they haven't, you told me 10 games that Austin Reeves, Luka and LeBron have played together this season, right?
Just 10 games.
But they have Austin Reeves, Luka, and LeBron. They got DeAndre Ayton, right? Serviceable, center. He's not that great. Rui, right? They got some guard play. They actually changed
Marcus
that dynamic.
Smart.
But they also got the guy who they just traded for, Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
And then they got
Luke Kennard.
Luke Kennard, who can now stop and pop. So in many ways, I'm not sure that the Lakers, if they're not a championship, they're probably not even as good as the Lakers could be, and wherever that means. So man, sometimes those comments make people realize, look, either we don't have as much talent and we got to try harder, or y'all don't really get what it takes for us to go to the next level.
When I heard that, I'm saying, well, why didn't he say that like 3 weeks ago, before the trading deadline? If you had that feeling now, you certainly had it back then.
Yep.
Because the roster hadn't changed, up until now. If you saw these things coming, if you had these concerns, you say it early enough to give your front office a message to say, let's do something before the trade deadline to get you past this unconcern.
Well, that message was universal. Like, I don't know if it need to come from LeBron, right? I mean, they did make some moves, and Luke Kennard actually filled a gap for sharpshooting that they didn't have. But, they also played OKC. So when he talks about their championship team, somebody might have said, how far away are you from being, as good as OKC? And OKC's not even the best team in the West this year.
Not right now.
And so it's kind of a faux comparison. But I think it was more to say, hey, they just won it, and, y'all in position to do so. And he's like, nope.
It was a loaded question for LeBron's. The reporter asked him after they got beat by OKC Tuesday night, and it was a game where Shai Gilgeous-Alexander did not play for OKC, and they were also missing a couple of other players. It was also a game where the Lakers did not have Luka. So that was a game where you could really analyze where the Lakers' other parts are compared to OKC's other parts. And LeBron saw that his parts don't measure up to OKC's parts because they lost the game.
Right.
So I think that was a very timely question, and it pushed his button to the point where you could see the frustration in his face when he said that.
Yeah, well, to your point, though, I'm not sure it's a question that you mumble, even though he didn't sound like he was talking, too loud on the thing. That's a question you go, we are not a championship team.
But
y'all.
He said it loud enough for people to hear it.
But you know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean. The intent of a comment like that is, hey, y'all, get on board. Get on board. So, somebody, our guy Morris Phillips, in the YouTube chat says the Clippers are on fire. Look out, America. And I would say that you and I were in agreement 2 Fridays ago. But I don't know so much about one Friday ago because that was after they traded Harden and Zubac. And Zubac was an asset that not too many teams in the NBA have. And now he's gone. So, we're left wondering, what is the Clippers' plan, Morris, for the rest of the year? They haven't, taken a step back, it seems like, on the court as far as, like, they won a couple games since then. But I just wonder, is it a teardown? What does this mean for Kawhi going forward? Kawhi looks great. I keep him and build around him.
Let me do this.
Like what's going on? Knock on wood.
wood.
So we talk about that. We look at these Lakers, they're a championship team, but it seemed like the Clippers were going like full bore, man. They went from what they were in December to really killing it by the 1st of February. And now, they kind of traded some key assets. And Chris Paul, that old mess before that. So, like, what are the Clippers and what's their plan?
I like what's going down over there at the Intuit Dome. I like the prospects of what Ty Lue has to work with now. I have a feeling now they've turned that roster around to a point where you're going to see them be more assertive. They're going to be quicker. They're going to be more fluid in their offense. There won't be so much isolation, one guy holding the ball as much. When they get Darius Garland healthy, when he gets in that lineup, you're going to see a very different-looking Clippers team, a much more perimeter-type team. You're not going to have the low post play that you had with Zubac. They're going to miss that. I really think they're going to miss that a lot because big fella that they have down there now, Lopez, is not a real intimidating low post kind of player. He's not that. He's more of a perimeter 7-footer.
Yeah, of course.
But the other parts they've got coming in, on this roster, you've got John Collins who's been playing good all season.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a fan of John Collins.
Yeah, I am too. Keep your eyes on this kid they got from Indiana, Mathurin.
Mathurin's good.
Yeah.
And they got these 2 rookies who now they can get some time with Zubac going. Hauser, and Kobe, is it Grant?
Kobe Grant.
Kobe Sanders. These are young guys that they got now. They're excited about getting in the rotation. So they're unaccomplished, but it kind of clears the way for them to see if they can begin a youth movement there. I mean, I just stick with Kawhi and add some younger parts. They got plenty of picks in the Zubac trade. So
it looks like Kawhi. Hopefully, I'm going to do this again. Hopefully, he stays healthy because it looks like he can still play. I mean, he's been carrying them big time the last month or so. He's been really, really good. I want to see him on the floor with Garland Benedict Mathurin, Collins, and maybe Lopez in the middle, and then you got Batum coming off the bench. If he can keep on making shots. I'm not really ready to throw the towel in on them yet.
Yeah, me either. I just don't know what I just didn't understand the philosophy because they just put it together and had this great string.
Yeah.
Now look, James Harden can sometimes be a pain in the butt on the court because he likes to hold the ball as much.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that was holding the team back. I mean, they gave away 40 points now between Zubac and James Harden.
Yeah.
25 and 25 for Harden and 14.5 for Zubac.
Yeah.
So you got to replace that. Mathurin will score. Garland will push the ball. So you're right. When Garland comes back, we'll really see what they can be with this team. And then, maybe somebody can answer the question.
And the one thing I've noticed in the 4 games they've had since the trade, I have not seen a collapse. We have not seen them just totally break down. Like, oh, woe is me. We don't have James Harden anymore. I haven't seen that. I've seen some resurrection over there.
Yeah, well,
and I've seen some peace of mind in Ty Lue's head too.
Well, it's a tough league, man. Resurrection ain't gonna do it. Okay, I mean, somebody needs to be another star there next to Kawhi, and somebody on that roster has to emerge as that number 2, not just 7 spare parts in Kawhi. Somebody's got to emerge, and I'm betting on Mathurin.
I am too.
And maybe Garland getting the ball to Mathurin will help this team.
Well, they're in the playoffs right now. I mean, they're among the top 10 teams right now. They're in the 9th place.
So that's a play-in. So that's not the playoffs until you win a couple games.
But you know what? By the time that comes around, there's a chance they could get in sync.
Yep.
Things could be really smoothed out for them. So I would say keep your eyes on the Clippers, everybody. It is not over. 1-800-920-1580 is the number. 1-800-920-1580. That's our number to check in. And also feel free to check in on our YouTube channel, KBLA Talk 1580. When we come forward, more All-Star talk to get into. We're going to talk to you about the best events in town this weekend and maybe the ones not even worth going to. We're going to get into that as well. He's Neal Scarbrough. I'm Ray Richardson. This is Out of Bounds in Prime Time right here on KBLA Talk 1580.
Every Friday night at 6 Pacific Time, it's Out of Bounds with Ray Richardson and Neal Scarbrough, the show that brings that barbershop flavor to the world of sports on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. California Attorney General Rob Bonta says he's investigating possible discrimination in the response to last year's Eaton fire, where nearly all of the victims were from the historically black community of West Altadena.
There was indisputably a delayed emergency notification and evacuation of West Altadena.
The LA County Fire Department says it will fully cooperate, adding that crews did the best they could during the wildfire. A new study has found harmful chemicals in hair extensions marketed to black women. Researchers tested more than 40 products and identified over 160 chemicals, including pesticides and flame retardants. And former Clippers point guard Chris Paul is retiring after 21 seasons in the NBA. The 40-year-old announced the decision on social media. Paul also played for the Hornets, Rockets, Thunder, Suns, Warriors, and Spurs. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Sun Valley, the northbound 170 at Roscoe. A crash in lanes, a backup to Sherman Way. Gets heavier actually after the incident due to an earlier crash on the northbound 5 at San Fernando Mission. That crash now cleared, but the backup persists. A lot of red along the 170 up to the merge, and then the northbound 5 from around Vineland. Down in Anaheim, the southbound 5 at Disneyland Drive. A crash in lanes has things slow. You're going to see brake lights starting from the 91.
Head to Waba Grill weekdays after 3 p.m. for their $5 happy hour and try their new Chili Crisp dumplings. Bold, crunchy, and toss in a fiery crisp paired with a premium Wab beverage drink like their authentic Thai tea. Get both for just $5 only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Chris Paul, one of the greatest point guards to ever play in the NBA, announced his retirement today after 21 seasons. Paul played 7 of those seasons with the Clippers. The 12-time All-Star is a member of the NBA's 75th anniversary team. He led the league in assists 5 times and was a 9-time selection to the All-Defense team. He'll be a first-ballot Hall of Famer in 2031. The Lakers have a decision to make. Luka Doncic was the leading vote getter for Sunday's NBA All-Star game.
but he's missed the last 4 games with a hamstring injury. It could be disastrous if Doncic tries to play Sunday and gets hurt again. Tonight at 6, you can get your Friday night sports fix with Out of Bounds in prime time. Join me and my co-host Neal Scarbrough for 60 minutes of sports chatter with some black folks flavor. You're welcome to hang out with us on the KBLA YouTube channel or hit us up at 1-800-920-1580. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah, yo, come on. Here come the drums.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we fight the power every day.
Yeah, gotta give us what we want. Gotta give us what we need. Hey.
I listen to KBLA and I love the commercials. I know what the commercials mean. I also, if I'm looking and trying to figure something out, I need something to talk to me that might hit me. And it happens on TV because, you know, every time they show a sporting event, they got the pharmaceutical companies back to back telling people how to fix the sickness on the same stuff that they sell them. So we get it.
Yep, we get it too, Chuck D. And that's why at KBLA Talk 1580, we don't black down.
Drop it! Our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the powers that be. Fight the power! Fight the power!
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Ray Richardson and Neal Scarbrough, the editor extraordinaire, bring the flavor to the world of sports. It's Out of Bounds on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ball's caught at the 40. He's at the 30. The 20. He's at the 10.
These gentlemen have a lot to talk about.
Last night a DJ saved my life. Last night a DJ saved my life, yeah. 'Cause I was sitting there bored to death.
Ooh, I love that song. KBLA Talk 1580, where we always have a lot to talk about and sing about sometimes. Welcome forward to Out of Bounds, the show that brings some flavor to the world of sports for 60 minutes. We do this for you each and every Friday night, Out of Bounds in prime time. He's Neal Scarbrough. I'm Ray Richardson. You can join the conversation right now at 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. Let's go to the phones. Bobby in downtown L.A. What you got for us, Bobby?
Yeah, I just want to know how far you think the Lakers will go in the playoffs. Second or third round or what?
Well, let me tell you this. I don't like the idea that LeBron doesn't seem to be able to play a lot of back-to-back games, and that sort of indicates to me that they really are worried about burning him out before the playoffs, and I don't think that's really a bad thing right now, but you really need to have that team in sync with him in the lineup as much as you can as you get closer to the postseason. The other thing is I'm a little worried about Luka, too. His health seems to be kind of shaky every now and then. They got to be healthy. If they can stay healthy and kind of put a little better defensive game plan together, I can see them getting past the first round, but I don't know about the second or third. That's something that I'm not too sure about because of their defense. What you think, Neal?
I think I'm with you. I think, they're good enough to win a playoff round. Depends on where they are. Like, if they finish fifth and they're playing the fourth team, they're that good to beat, maybe Denver in a series. But I don't know. Denver's going to be favored in that kind of series. So, I think it's 1 and out. I think they're going to win a series, but I don't think they're going to make it to the conference semis. I don't think they're going to win 2 rounds. No.
Does that give you your sports fix tonight, man? You all right with that?
Yeah. Do you think they can stand up to the Spurs or the OKC?
I do not.
No. I take that back. I take that back. If they play them in the first round, then they're not going to win. They're not going to win a series.
Okay.
They need to see either one of those two teams in the next round. But if it's a first round matchup, I don't like those odds at all. That's not a good matchup for them with either one of those two teams.
Okay.
Hey, Bobby, thanks
for a good show.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, join us anytime, Bobby. That was great. We appreciate all the callers. So if you're all out there with an itch, call us up.
Yeah, 1-800-920-1580. That's our number, 1-800-920-1580. We're talking about what's going on this weekend. All-Star Weekend has arrived. It's in full effect. First time.
Let me rephrase that. Not back in L.A. In Inglewood.
In Inglewood. That's make that plain. Right. Inglewood.
We both live in Inglewood.
Yeah, I live right down the street from the Forum, so I can see the rooftop from my house. One of the events that's going on right now is that's coming up is the HBCU All-Star Game featuring Hampton and North Carolina A&T. And but there are other events that are on tap this weekend.
Notable, more recognized.
More recognized events. But the NBA has really worked hard to try to make the All-Star Game on Sunday be a lot more pleasant to watch, to make it more interesting. And they have struggled mightily to try to get that game to where it is. I mean, this year's, I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, they got 3 teams, and they're playing the U.S. versus the world. There's 2 U.S. teams and 1 world team. The world team is the guys in the NBA who were born from other countries.
And there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them. And trust me, these guys are balling over here too. But there's other events that happen before Sunday that seem to be a lot more exciting to watch than the game itself. I mean, you've got the 3-point shooting contest, which we're going to get into. You've got the skills competition that people seem to like. The dunk contest has fallen off a lot, so that's not even on the radar a lot of people anymore. So, in your opinion, I mean, is it a hit and miss with the All-Star Weekend in terms of where to go and what to do?
Yeah, I mean, it's they changed. Let's go to Sunday first. They changed that format in part because of how the players played the game, right?
Yeah, they didn't take it serious.
They were running up court. They were just doing alley-oops. And we come from, we've been around for a while, right? So we don't come from anywhere, but we've seen these All-Star games. And at least the guys were competitive. They didn't play much defense, but they still ran up in court and tried to top one another. It was still just as physical, still as competitive. And that game has kind of changed to a little yuck show where everybody's like, hey, yeah, you do this, I do that, ha, 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 you dunked on me, yuck. And so, the camaraderie is cool, and they all deserve a little break, but it's been nothing for the fans. And so these other formats that they've tried, USA versus the world or whatever, just stick with one of them, right? But I still think East and West is easier to do because that way the fans care a little bit. You live in the East Coast, you root for the East. You live in the West Side, you live in the West. You live in Colorado, you root for the West. And that always seems so easy. Now it's kind of hard to pick a team, right? Maybe even USA versus the world because when they started that concept, maybe there weren't as many world players, all-star caliber. Now every first-round pick is from another country, it seems like. And so there's enough critical mass that they should just do USA versus the world. Then we'll all have a little rooting interest. And just play the one game. I don't need 3 games on Sunday or round robin. Just, hey, it's a game, play it. We want to see it. We want to see our best players go, and then go back into your season. Now, for Saturday, I don't know what's up. The slam dunk, to me, should still be a good contest, but it's not. I don't know whether it's the do-overs and the time it takes, whether It's everybody.
The creativity has pretty much exhausted me.
Well,
I've seen every kind of dunk you can do at this point.
Yeah, right. And you see them in the regular season, too.
Yeah,
to your point, like they're dunking all season long. So I don't know about the slam dunk contest, but it seems like it still should be good. Maybe it should be younger people in the slam dunk contest. But I still think the 3-point contest holds its value.
It is.
It's exciting. You talk about who won it. You carry that into the season. Oh, he won a 3-point shooting contest. And little trivia question for you. You're going to get this right based on your history.
Mm-hmm.
Can you name the one center who has won the 3-point shooting contest?
The one center. Great question.
There's only one.
I started to say Dwight Howard, but that can't be possible. That can't be possible.
All right, I'm gonna give you a shot. Go ahead, answer. You gotta give me an answer.
Well, Dirk Nowitzki was not a center.
Yeah, he's not really a center. Dirk has won it.
Yeah, I know he's on the list. Yeah,
Andy contributed Dirk Nowitzki to the.
Oh, you got me on that. Who is? I'm gonna be kicking myself.
From your former hometown,
Chicago.
3 names. He's got 3 names.
Chicago.
All right.
You got me.
I'll break the suspense here.
Yeah, break me.
Carl Anthony Towns.
Carl Anthony Towns.
Won it just 4 years ago. In 2022.
And you know what? I didn't think about him because I still perceive him as a forward, as a power forward.
Yep.
I would have probably said that, but yeah, he's the one center who, if you want to put him as a center, yeah, he's the one that won it. Mm-hmm. And speaking of the 3-point contest, who's who's doing it this year? Just for you all to know, Devin Booker, Damian Lillard, if he's healthy enough to do
he's
it.
won it. He's won it 2 of the last 4 years.
Donovan Mitchell, Bobby Portis, Con Canepo, Tyrese Maxey, Jamal Murray, who is, to me can throw down, and Norman Powell used to be with the Clippers. He's with Miami now. I'm putting my money on between Devin Booker, Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, and Jamal Murray. That's a good field.
That's a good field.
That's not a bad field.
I'm gonna go with Murray. All right, I'm just gonna go with Murray.
Okay.
All right. So DJ Black on the YouTube channel points out this in regards to this is a great point. In regards to the dunk contest. We need Ja Morant, Anthony Edwards, Zion Williamson, Jalen Brunson, and he says, hell, give us Cooper Flagg. He's right.
Yes.
That's the issue too. Is the guys you want to see
are not in it,
aren't in it. Maybe they're in the game and they don't want. I don't want to do 2 things or whatever. But it just seems like they're trying to get people to participate, and then when they do, they're not bringing that alley-oop, super-dupe, windmill, chukka. And if they do, we've seen most of it before. So,
and that's one of the things that had made the dunk contest just go downhill.
Yep.
Because some of the best players don't want to do it.
Right.
They feel like it's beneath them to be in it, and they feel like that's a waste of their time.
But it could still be a breakout event, like for somebody who you don't know, and all of a sudden they're slam dunk. Remember Spud Webb? That was exciting, right? 5'7" guy.
The shortest guy to ever do it.
Yeah, but so you have these elements where bringing the best college dunker, do something where it's at. But the issue for me is also the format. Like when these guys sit around, they miss a dunk, they go, okay, he's got 30 seconds to finish the dunk. You're standing around and guys are trying stuff and missing. Like, first of all, rehearse. Come out with your best stuff.
Yeah.
You should get like 2 misses and you're out.
Right.
It's like the high jump. 2 misses, you out. So anyway, I think that format kind of hurts it a little bit because we're standing around and waiting for a guy to do something for 6 seconds. So they need to change the format and get the stars to be in it, and I'll watch it every time.
Yeah. So good luck to the NBA with All-Star Saturday. Let's hope it turns out better than what they had in the past. If you got some thoughts about that, check in with us right now, 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. That's our number. And also, you're welcome to join the folks in the YouTube chat. They're on fire tonight.
Yeah, they are.
We are really appreciating some of these experts in our YouTube nation. When we come forward, we're going to talk a little football before we get out of here. With the Super Bowl done, we're going to see who is next in line. And can Seattle or New England get back there again? We'll kind of analyze that situation as well. He's Neal Scarbrough. I'm Ray Richardson. This is Out of Bounds in Prime Time on KBLA Talk 1580.
It's your Friday night sports fix. Out of Bounds in Prime Time with Ray Richardson and Neal Scarbrough. Every Friday night at 6 Pacific Time on KBLA Talk 1580.
What if poetry wasn't something you studied, but something you felt? Poetry for the People, the June Jordan Experience, is now live at the Fountain Theater in Los Angeles, celebrating the life and legacy of June Jordan, visionary poet, activist, and truth teller. This vibrant musical experience brings her words to life with rhythm, joy, and power. Directed by Raymond O. Caldwell and featuring music by her longtime collaborator Adrian Chorft, it's joy as resistance, love as liberation, and poetry for the people. Tickets are on sale now at fountaintheater.com. That's fountaintheater.com. LADWP customers get rebates up to $4,000 when you buy a used electric or hybrid vehicle. Installing an EV charger at your home? Get a rebate for that too, up to $1,500. Visit ladwp.com/EV today and start saving. That's ladwp.com/EV.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach? Transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal? Prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
Ray Richardson, your LA Sports Authority, and Neal Scarbrough, the editor extraordinaire, are bringing the heat. It's Out of Bounds on KBLA Talk 1580. These guys have a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, where we always have a lot to talk about. Broadcasting live from Leimert Park, USA, in the heart of Los Angeles. And welcome to town, everybody in town for All-Star Weekend. We'd love to hear from you. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. And to all our YouTubers out there, thank y'all so much for checking in with some great comments tonight. Time now to get into a little football before we get out of here and head over to the forum for the HBCU Classic. We kind of have some people thinking that Seattle may be a new dynasty in the NFC. I don't believe it, and I certainly don't have that kind of belief in New England.
Why are you mad at the Seahawks?
I don't. I think they got lucky to get there. Now, if you're a Rams fan, and I kind of feel them, the Rams had every chance to be in that Super Bowl and just let it get away from them. But not to take away from Seattle. They earned it.
Oh, too late for that.
I know they earned it. They earned it. But I don't think I just don't think they're the kind of team that you can say is going to be back there automatically next year. I'm not ready to say that.
I think they are built on some sound elements, right?
Yeah.
Granted, their MVP of the Super Bowl running back, Kenneth Walker IV, is a free agent.
That guy he's good.
But, I mean, he was the only guy making any big plays in that game that were exciting. And I mean,
MVP.
That's it. But they had a good running game, and they got a great defense, and their quarterback is fire, and their receiving core is really good, and they might even draft another receiver, which is probably the only thing they need. in this offseason. So I think Seattle's going to be back, and I think the Rams weren't there because they had to play Seattle. No other reason.
Yeah.
Like they would have beat everybody else, I think, but they didn't beat Seattle, and twice they didn't beat them. The home field advantage was at stake. Then they went up there and lost again. So I'm going to just say, hey, Rams are going to be fine next year. We'll talk about that in a second. But Seattle, I think, deserved to be there. Obviously, New England has a young team and a really good coach. They did spend some money on that roster this year. So who knows, in a couple of years if they have to actually jettison a couple salaries or not. But I do feel like they have some more growth to do. But I think the AFC is won't be surprised by them. They're going to have a tough road to hoe next year.
Their schedule will be much better, much tougher this year.
Yeah, and plus they can't sneak up on people, so to speak.
Right.
And I feel like they're like the Bills. They'll be a strong team in the East, but sometimes they don't travel well to other conferences or other divisions that are more competitive. I would say, though, that the Rams are really positioned well.
Yes,
they got 2 first-round picks.
Yes.
Stafford's coming back. They can even afford to draft a young quarterback if they want. I would wait because next year's a whole lot different than this year.
I would get a quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know if I would because I don't know if there's a quarterback worth taking, is my point.
That kid at Mississippi.
He's going back to college.
He's going back. Oh, that's right. He's going back. Okay, I saw that. You're right.
Yeah. He won his
all right, so he's off the board.
Yep.
He was the guy I was looking at.
Yeah, I don't think they need they got Stafford. I agree they should develop a young quarterback.
Yeah,
right?
it's time to develop somebody.
But I mean, the kid Ty Simpson will probably be gone before they get a chance to worry about that. Maybe not. I mean, he might go late 20s. But just think if they get another receiver, or think if they Rod Havenstein is retiring, right? They're off the line, so they probably want to help the line with one of these first round picks.
Yeah.
Maybe add to their defense, but they're a really sound team. I mean, the Rams are a great team, but Seattle can't say they have what the Rams have, which is a couple draft picks this year. They got about $40 million in salary cap money, so they can make some moves. They can make. So can the Chargers. Chargers got like $90 million in cap relief. So anyway, but I think the Rams will have a chance to actually fine tune that roster to be even better than this year.
In the NFC, let's stay there for a minute. Don't sleep on the Chicago Bears. I liked what they did this year, and I like the way that Caleb Williams developed into a primetime clutch quarterback this year. If they can keep that momentum going and do something, they got to get their defense a little bit better than what it was this season. But in terms of offense, the job that Ben Johnson did in his first year as head coach, great job in getting Caleb to improve his game. That team is on the upswing.
Yeah, I would agree.
Keep your eye on them.
I mean, it is the Bears. I hate to say that to you.
I know.
They always whatever reason that team does not enjoy success.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? They always tease us and then they fall back. So they are the Bears, but I think they do have the elements to stay relevant. Their issue is Detroit and the Packers. Right? If they try to get their game together, what if Minnesota goes bold and changes quarterbacks? I mean, they could be a really good team too in that division.
Until Minnesota figures out if they can get a quality quarterback there, they're not on my radar right now. But a lot of people had Green Bay on their radar for some reason for next year, and I'm not sure about that. I don't know where that's coming from.
I mean, they were playing pretty well before Micah Parsons got hurt, but they weren't an elite team, but they were a good team, and they were a tough team to play against. But yeah, I mean, it shook out in Chicago. Was last team standing in that division. So I just think that their roster isn't going to go get trash overnight. So that whole division is really competitive.
And I'm going to lay something on you right quick about the AFC, and I'm going to see how you feel about this. And if you guys out there have any comments about it as well, keep your eyes on the Kansas City Chiefs next year.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think they're going to be the most motivated, angry team in football next season. Because I get the feeling they didn't like sitting out watching the playoffs this year. They've been there like the last 10 years. You can bet that they're going to be doing some retooling. They're going to be doing everything they can to get back in the view of everybody. That team is something to watch. And also right behind them is Houston. But keep your eye. Don't sleep on KC now because I got to feel they're going to come back with a vengeance.
Yeah, well, I think the KC – all the reports are that they're going to go after Jeremiah Love if he lasts as running back from Notre Dame, who's a receiver and a dynamic runner.
Great player.
And also look for their offense to improve for one big reason. Because Matt Nagy is gone and Eric Bieniemy is back.
Okay,
and that was a better offense. Not just my guy. He's the Chiefs guy. That offense was humming with him there. And Nagy we'll go back to your city, a failed Chicago Bears head coach.
Okay.
All right, went to Kansas City, and the offense went backwards. So I'm a little salty on this because the Giants just hired him as an offensive coordinator, and I'm like, why do we add him?
Yeah.
He's not gonna make the Giants any better on offense. So I'm not like a Matt Nagy hater, but the proof was in the pudding, and I'm like, we couldn't get somebody dynamic. We had to get old retread with limited success. So that's relief for Kansas City, opportunity for Bieniemy, and Patrick Mahomes would be happy to see Bieniemy.
But how much will that offense turn around with Bieniemy there? Because he's not going to have the same personnel he had before. They're going to be doing some things, to kind of, upgrade that roster. They need a running back. I've seen that. They need to upgrade at running back. They probably could use another receiver.
Well, there you go. We got a brother in the job, and you're already saying he can't get it done.
Well, I'm just saying,
That's what you just said.
Is he going to have the personnel to work with? Is he going to have the personnel to work with? And they might need a tight end. I got a feeling they might need a tight end.
He's talking about coming back, but we'll see.
Is he?
We'll see. But the thing is, Eric Bieniemy is a taskmaster.
Okay.
Right? You don't.
I'm rooting for him.
You don't miss plays and come to the sideline with Eric Bieniemy. He like, what? Hey, what are you doing? And that may be why he didn't get a head coaching job, because of his brusque approach. But listen, I'm just saying the proof is in the pudding, man. The offense was better 2 and 3 years ago, right? And you can say the roster was better, but they've always been piecemeal on this receiving core, and they've always had second-string running backs every year that they won it. So now
he was there. He was there.
And if they get Jeremiah Love, just trust me. Trust me.
All right. I'm a roll with him.
I'm following you. You just said the Chiefs are going to be better, and then we're like, hey, here's a couple reasons. You're like, well, okay, well, what if they're not better? You just said they're going to be better.
I just hope that they do some things to improve at those key positions because they didn't get it done this year at those spots.
But your other team, Houston, does need a running back, just like Kansas City.
Yeah.
And they need better quarterback play, at least reliable quarterback play. Because the kid is pretty good, but something happened, and they got this fire defense, and you can't waste that defense with some bad offensive play, especially at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
I'd say elsewhere in the AFC, I think Denver is for real. For real. If their quarterback was not hurt, they might have made the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because that was a close game they lost to New England.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's many other teams to look at in the AFC.
Yeah.
AFC North, I think, is going to be a batch of mediocrity, all four teams. South, no good teams in the South, except for Houston.
All right, we'll keep our eyes on that in the offseason. That's our time, everybody, to end the regulation. He's Neal Scarbrough. I'm Ray Richardson. We're getting ready to get out of here and make our way to the Forum in Inglewood, the Kia Forum, to check out the HBCU Classic featuring Hampton University and North Carolina A&T. If you're an alumni from one of those two schools, raise your hand. And also, you may want to get into your car and get over that way and support your famous school from HBCU Nation. Yep. For Neal Scarbrough, I'm Ray Richardson.
Take an Uber.
And for Andy, thanks for all the work in the upper room doing that master control over there. Stay tuned for Zoe Williams with the best of the voice of reason. He's going to get your relationships order right here. Right here on KBLA Talk 1580. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Yes,
Take care.
Yes.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. California Attorney General Rob Bonta says he's investigating possible discrimination in the response to last year's Eaton fire, where nearly all of the victims were from the historically black community of West Altadena.
There was indisputably